What's up, guys? My name is Khan, and we're back today with more Railroads Online, and today we're going to continue this trip up the valley. We are going to head back along the river. We are currently just in the coal mine basin, and we're going to go all the way back up the river, pretty much to right next to the smelter. And so we're going to basically try and build this line as we go, and then maybe bring a train up here to make sure there's no yeet sections of track. We obviously did this section kind of roughly, and we are going to have to come back and redo that, but I do want to do this one kind of in one piece because I think it'll be easy enough to do, simply because the valley is pretty flat. So we're just going to put a piece there. We'll redo all this other stuff eventually, but that'll be good. And then we'll go across with a bridge here, right across this little first river section. Excellent. It's a really, really low bridge, but that'll look good. Perfect. And then we're going to keep going from here and curve through the valley, and we basically just have to kind of follow the river as best we can. So we're going to do this curve relatively gradual. I like to do this first and just go down a little bit to go below the woods. The wood sticks up top, and then go regular. And I want to do this curve gradual simply because we're going to need speed just to start our climb, right? This will be the beginning of the thing. It's kind of hard to build with foundation in the winter, to be honest. It's a lot more difficult than building it in the summer. In the winter, it all sort of blends in a lot better, but we're still... hold on a minute. No, I gotta go right. We gotta go along that way. So let's actually go back. This looks pretty good, though. Let's clear some trees, and we're gonna clean up this groundwork first. I want to stick to the right side of the river here, so I want to curve, come along this mountain, and then stick right along this until we have to cross it again. All right. Perfect. Let's stop there. I think that's going to be good. Let's demolish all these trees and put down some rail, because I do want to actually like make this all in one straight shot, rail foundation and everything. And then we're going to bring a train all the way up to here. I'll probably finish the climb in another episode, depending on how long this takes to get up the valley. The problem with this route is if we look, it's longer than any other route we've done before. Even the entire iron mine loop, I'm pretty sure, is shorter than this one route. It is just a very, very long trip to go up this valley all the way to the coal mine. But it's going to be totally worth it when it's done. And it's going to be just one of those trips that, you know, you load up, you go, it takes a while, but it'll be just a wonderful drive. And I'm hoping to make this track gradual enough that you could just fuel up your engine, give it full throttle, and let it just go without derailing. So yeah, we're going to just start with the wooden bridge part. Build some 3-foot rail deck off this. Something like that. And we just got to basically keep it as straight as we can across this little bridge. Perfect. Done. That looks good. It's a super, super low bridge, but, you know, whatever. I don't know if they would actually do it this way in real life, but, you know, probably would make it out of metal, to be honest. The wood might rot out in the water, but whatever. It's fine. No big deal. No weathering. And then we're going to just kind of continue this, and I'm hoping we can just make this in one straight shot. And I'm actually not doing this with the Alt key. I know you can for rails, but I just kind of like free placing it. I know it, you know, technically if you do it with the Alt key, it'll be perfect. But if I free place it, then, you know, I don't have to worry about accidentally getting it, you know, slightly off compared to what it should be. Perfect. There we go. And then I'm going to just use the Alt key for this to keep this nice and straight. All right. I have a feeling this is going to be kind of squiggly. But let's see what it looks like when it's all done here. I like the fact that we're already right next to the river again. This is so cool. I'm really excited to see how this track comes out when it's completely done. All right, we'll stop there. Let's see what this looks like. It's a little squirrely coming in there. That's not too bad, actually. It kind of like, it looks a little jagged. That one little jagged section. Might need to smooth that out a little bit. Looks pretty good through here, though. And this straight looks all right. Okay, and this curve. Yeah, this curve looks pretty good. It actually looks, oh, is that, oof, look at that. That's bad. Let's just clean this up just a little bit. All right, so let's keep going with this groundwork. I'm going to try and build as much of this with the Alt key as I can, just to keep the curves nice and consistent. So let's try just another nice, maybe 8 degrees, maybe 10 degrees, just to make sure we make this turn. I want to stay, again, like I said, on this side of the river. Okay, this is good. We're a little bit far from the river, but that's okay. We don't have to be right next to it, and we can actually probably go a little less now. Could have done this at like 8 degrees or something. Let's go to 5. Perfect. Perfect. There's like a little, you can see like there's a little dip here. There's like a hill right there next to the river. So we need to get in that little dip section, which I think this is gonna do it. Perfect. And then let's straighten it out maybe. Actually, that looks really good. Now let's straighten it out. Oh, hold on. Do we need to go up? We're actually gonna go into the ground here. Okay, so we do need to go up a little bit. Shoot. All right, we need to climb this last section. We can start from here pretty much. And then we'll grab this and, oh, no, I hate it. See, this is the one, I wish you could link Groundwork because like I always want to try and minimize. You can see on the left there, that little like crack where the two pieces don't perfectly line up. I always want to try and like eliminate those, and there's no easy way to center it. You just kind of, there we go. Oh, no, see, it's on the right now. You gotta just keep kind of guessing until it's as perfect as you can get it. So it would be nice if there was a link button, or at least like a center point marker or something that you could align it with. But anyway, here we go. 1% just for like a tiny little bit. Yeah, like that's more than enough. What about 0.75%? There we go. All right, something like that. And then let's keep with the Alt key there. Perfect. And now I think, do we still have to climb? It looks like we still have to climb, right? Yeah. Ooh, this is pretty cool. It's like right, almost flush with the ground here. Oh, now it's actually, oh, we gotta turn. Okay, hold on. So we can do this. Let's go 0.75 again. Let's go up a little bit more. What? Oh, no, 1%, maybe. And then let's try turning to the right. Oh, to the right. This is actually really difficult to do with the snow. It's very hard to see where your groundwork's gonna go. All right, there we go, like that. Turn, turn. Shoot, we need a steeper turn than this. All right, let's delete this back a little bit. We'll place this turn manually, but let's clear these trees first, just so it's easier to see where we're going. It's crazy. It's so hard to tell elevation sometimes in this game. Like, I think there's a bump coming up there. Let's go down to 1% now again. And just kind of keep it like we're still climbing. See, it doesn't feel like we're climbing, but we still are. Oh, we're on the upper... There's like an upper lip and a lower lip. I feel like we need to stay on the upper section, to be honest. That's interesting, though. But I think we need to stay up here. Oh, God, back to 2%. All right, here we go. Something like that. Yep, perfect. Back to 1. Excellent. And then, yeah, we're just going to hug this upper edge here. Probably want to, instead of sticking to this right side, yeah, this right side is long. I think we want to probably cut across this river here and end up on this flat section here and then keep going straight. So we're probably going to want to turn right and come across from that higher ledge there. All right, let's actually get across the water again before we go back and do more rails. So we're going to keep with our groundwork from here. And we're just going to go up at 1%. Keep that. Perfect. And then we're going to start turning to the left. Let's go straight a little bit more, actually. Now let's start turning to the left here. And I think we can go down to 0. Perfect. Left some more. Left some more. And then one last piece like that, maybe? That doesn't feel too steep, does it? I think that'll be okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's hard to see the contrast from where your edge of your foundation is. I kind of wish I could almost turn off the winter just to be able to see it for a second. And then we're gonna build a bridge from here that goes straight across, probably down at a little bit of a slope, to be honest, because we are really high up. And if we go straight from here, yeah, that's perfect. That puts us right along this flat section here. Then we can keep going straight down into the other half of the valley. Excellent. So let's build this bridge real quick. Bridges, wooden again, and we'll go from somewhere here in the middle and just basically straight. Something like that. And we'll keep going. Now, the cool thing with bridges is you can slope them after the fact. So if we go like this, then we can actually put a slope on it. See, that's 1 degree down. That's perfect, I think. Something like that. Excellent. There we go. And that'll be our bridge. So let's clean up this and get some track all the way out to here. Oh, actually, no, hold on. I'm going to put a piece of groundwork on the end of this first. This path is going to look really cool. I'm really excited to start running some actual loaded trains up here. We've got a little bit of a sharper turn here, but I think it'll still be fine. The other option, I guess, was just to go straight across. Get up on that plateau over there. Could have made sense, but oh well. Nah, we're gonna keep it this way. I think it'll be fine. A little bit of a climb, but you know, nothing too steep here so far. I think we're only at 2% in like very small sections, so it should be a pretty easy trip for most trains to make. On top of that, if the train can't make it up a 3% section here, then it's never gonna make it up to the coal mine anyway, because there is 3% sections in that little twisty mountain pass. So it's not gonna matter, to be honest, as long as the train can make it up a 3% slope with the load. And it has to anyway, because it has to get to the smelter, which is all 3%. 3% seems to be like the magic number. I know a lot of people are like, man, in real life, 3% is super steep, and that's true. But in this game, 3% seems to be like the magic zone, where if you're less than 3%, you're good. If you're over 3%, you really need to assess your life's decisions that got you to that point. But anyway, we're going to keep going with some rail here. Just gonna free place this. Hopefully it'll look good enough. I try to just sort of align it with my eyes to the center of the foundation pieces, but then you're really like placing the points on the curve, and then the game draws the curve between those points. So it's a little bit difficult sometimes to get it absolutely perfect on the first try. Sometimes you're lucky and it works. But we're just gonna do this curve to the straight section. It's a little squirrely in there, but I don't even know if squirrely is a word. It's like squiggly. Kind of. Yeah, this looks pretty good. How's it? It's, you know, nice, decent slope. No real obvious broken sections. As long as there's no, like, weird kinks. That's what I'm mainly concerned about. If it's, you know, it looks straight, like, oh, that looks kind of... Oh, no, that's okay. See, that looks a little aggressive. I think we'll be fine, though. Oh, that's actually not bad. I'm really bad when it comes to placing rail. I really am. And it's just because I want it to look as perfect as possible, but, you know, you have to kind of approximate sometimes because the terrain and the groundwork doesn't necessarily work for you as well as you'd like it to. Perfect. Looks like a good looking bridge. Now we just gotta finish up that curve, and then we can keep going with more of the foundation until we... How far are we? We are not very far at all. Oh my goodness, there is a long way to go. Oh boy. All right, this might take longer than I thought. So interestingly enough, I kept going with the groundwork, and this valley actually goes down. Like, while it comes up from where the smelter is to get up to the coal mine. Like, this is a 3% grade here, which again I'm fine with that because it is 3% up to the coal mine. So if you can't make it up this, you're never making it up to the coal mine. But this is a 3% downgrade all the way from that little lip there. And even if we went across to that side, it would be the same thing. Like, you can see we're at these like sort of step sections where we go down 3%. So I just kept it with the standard groundwork. I'm not usually a huge fan of this kind of tall groundwork stuff. I know it's something that happens in real life. There's some like crazy tall groundwork places where they just got these massive mounds next to the track, but yeah, I'm not usually a huge fan of it, but this valley goes down. You can see another step here as well, and we're basically, you know, we're starting to go up this valley this way. So what I think I'm gonna do here is keep going straight and then cross the river again. It seems like we're getting a little bit less space on the left and more space on the right. So I think we're just gonna keep going straight with this groundwork. Basically going down at 3% the whole time. It's insane. I didn't realize this valley was actually that sloped, which now the whole water uphill thing was definitely an optical illusion. Like, if this is going down at 3%, this is, you know, this is definitely going down, this water at 3%. So that one spot where I thought the water was going uphill probably was actually still going downhill, or just like level ground, but everything else was going up, so it looked, you know what I mean, like it looked wrong. But anyway, let's just keep going here, try and line this guy up. Perfect. See, 3% still. Just try and keep this as straight as possible. I should have probably continued it from the top, but there we go, something like that. Yeah, this is insane. Look at that. And then we'll I guess we can actually just bridge from here and go straight across with another wooden bridge. Perfect. And this is crazy. Like, it still needs to go down. 3%. Holy cow. Perfect. And we'll bring it to like somewhere like here. Perfect. That's insane. These trains are gonna have to actually do a climb all the way up the valley. That's so cool. I'm really excited about that, actually. All right, luckily we're down to 2% here, but we're gonna do another river crossing again. Yeah, I think that because there's less space on the right, more on the left. So we're just gonna cross the river again with another bridge. We are at 2% now instead of 3, so the slope has gone down. But you can see if we keep going, it actually does keep dropping. Like, there's another step down there. So we're gonna keep it at the 2% for this bridge, and then probably end up actually, you know, we probably have to go back to 3%. Yeah, well, no, let's keep it at 2%. I want to make sure that we actually clear. Actually, we can check this. Will we clear this if we go to 3? Oh, we will. Okay, so let's keep it at 3% then. That way the groundwork will still clear the border. This is actually going to be an awesome route. It's going to look so crazy, but we're going to snake back and forth, crossing the river at like 20 different places. We could just keep it along one side of the river and follow all the twists and turns, but I feel like this is going to look a lot cooler with all these individual bridges that are just super short, but, you know, go across the river. Obviously, in real life, I feel like this wouldn't be the way to do it because that's a lot of bridges to build for no reason, but who cares? It's going to look sweet. We're not even like... we're like, what, 1/3 of the way there, maybe? And then there's still the whole snaky section up the coal mine that we have to build as well. This is gonna be insane. I definitely want to finish building this section, though, and then I want to run a train up this section. I'm hoping the Eureka can do it. Had a ton of people say, oh, the Eureka just didn't make that up that hill because you didn't give it enough of a run-up. And I'm thinking, like, I mean, we didn't really have room to give it a run-up, but I'll try getting there with a run-up, and if not, we'll bring a different train up here for now just to... you know, actually get up to this point, and it's gonna look sweet. But yeah, we gotta build more rail here real quick. All right, so I've continued the track all the way to this point. I mean, there's some spots, I'm not really a fan of this curve, to be honest, but we'll leave it for now. I think it'll be fine. We might have to come fix it later, and it continues all the way up there. You can see we're not even halfway. So for the purposes of saving time, I'm gonna just snap my fingers, and magically the rest of the track will be completely placed. So I'm just gonna stand right here, and hopefully have just a perfect camera alignment. And then if we just snap our fingers, we'll be at the spot where the track connects up to the Y section of the thing. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta crouch twice, and then spin, and then jump, and then cut down a tree, and that summons the magical track building gnomes. Okay, perfect, and just like that, we're back. The gnomes have done an excellent job making the track. This whole switch off might need to be re-engineered a bit. This is the part that we come up going to the iron mine or coming down. It's a little bit, this seems a little steep. We might have to re-engineer that at some point. But regardless, we do have a track. We are here, and it goes all the way to the coal mine valley. So we're gonna try it with the Eureka, see if we can get it up this hill and just go and sort of showcase the track. I didn't realize this valley is a climb almost the entire way. It's actually crazy. It's like 3% for the most part going up from where we are now down to the coal mine. So the coal mine basin is actually relatively high up, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we're gonna try and take a run at it with the Eureka. If the Eureka can't make it, we'll bring it back to the freight depot and grab a different train. Where, oh my God, where's the Eureka? I thought I left it right here. Oh boy, I bet it ran out of brake pressure and it's probably somewhere down the bridge. But yeah, this is 4%. The Eureka won't normally come up here. And then eventually we're gonna have to basically make that switch, connect over the waterfall, run down that way all the way to the smelter. But we've got this entire valley track done. I really want to drive it just to see what it's like, make sure there's no sections that seem too stupid, and no sections obviously that yeet us. And then finally, in the next episode, we'll finish the line up to the coal mine and make the coal mine loop, and then we can start actually running some coal mine products up this line, which is pretty cool. We're gonna need some beefy engines to do it because obviously this hill right here is gonna be the steep part that we're gonna have to conquer, and then eventually we'll have to make a line to the smelter, but I don't even know how many rails we have at the smelter currently. I know the coal mine take rails and beams, so we can easily bring tons of wooden beams up there, but we might be low on rails in the smelter. We'll probably need to do an iron run. Okay, well, that's half the Eureka. Interesting. Okay. Right. So that's half of it. I swear to God, I've been gone doing nothing but building, and I don't, like, I'm not gonna reload my save. We might, have we just lost the Eureka? I think we could re-rail this from down here. So that's the, oh, there's the other half. Oh, perfect. So it just fell off on this bridge. Excellent. We should be able to get this back up. Hopefully, we can just jump up here. Jump. Oh, what the? That was the weirdest thing. Hold on, can we, is it still here? Can I re-rail it? It must have just, like, slung itself. Where did it go? Where did it go? It was literally right here. And now it's not. Are you serious? Okay, hold on. I might have to reload. I have a save right when I finished building. Might have to reload the save. It was here, and then it disappeared. It, like, phased through the track. Okay, the Eureka's here. And you can get on the track, right? Yeah, where'd the tender go? Just warped away. Also, note to self, never leave an air-powered vehicle on a hill with the brakes on, because apparently the brakes will eventually just fail if it loses boiler pressure. Where did the tender must be gone, right? Or is it's probably underneath this foundation. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna reload the save, and we're gonna try re-railing that again. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if we can get this to work this time. I'm gonna bring the tender up the other side. Maybe that'll help. Maybe the jumping was part of the issue. I can't believe, I have a feeling though that if we can't actually make it, you know, down the hill gliding, I don't think we're gonna have enough speed ever to get up this hill. I think if we have enough speed to get up this hill, it's gonna derail. That's my thought anyway, but let's see. Will this let me place? No. That tender is broken. It's just broken. Okay. All right, we're back, and this time, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. We'll get another gutless at some point. All right, now we gotta walk back and get another engine out of the engine shed. How much money do we even have? We got $3,600. Okay, so I could buy a whole other Eureka. But so far that's 2 Eurekas that have, I mean, one, the tender just magically disappeared, the first one. I feel like we're not gonna buy another Eureka. All right, we're finally back at the freight depot. So I think what I'm gonna do is pull out the Cook Mogul. I think, Betsy, as much as I'd like to take Betsy all the way up there, it only has 500 water capacity, and I'm kind of worried that that won't be enough, and we'll need a train that actually has got, you know, a significant amount of water. So we're gonna take Cook Mogul. Hopefully it can climb the little hill that the Eureka couldn't, but I feel like it can. I don't think it'll have any issues. Pretty sure it's here. And this one looks like it. Is that right? We're gonna have to fire it up, of course. That is it. Excellent. Number 3. How you doing for pressure? Probably absolutely nothing. Let's open this up. Get some fuel in there. Perfect. Tons of fuel still. What are we looking at for stuff? How the heck? Where the heck? There's a spot. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we got boiler pressure, water temps building. We have 2,600 water. I mean, that should be enough. Let's get the little turntable set. Excellent. And then while this builds up boiler pressure, fire temps way above, I think 2,600 water. I think we're going to just fill that because we're going to be here anyway. Might as well fill it. And then we'll head out when this thing's full. All right, we're at full boiler pressure and like 4,500 water, so that should be good enough. We'll just get out of here because we got a long way to go anyway. All the switches should be completely set. So we should just be able to honestly give this like, you know, 50% until we actually need more and let it run. And of course, it'll just run on its own. The tender brake is off. Let me blow this out. Is that off too? Perfect. We don't need that light on. Tender brake off, 0%. Excellent. Regular brakes off. Compressor up at 50%. And generator doesn't exist. Perfect. All right, so let's just let this thing run, I guess, and we'll hopefully make our way all the way up to the coal mine basin. I'm hoping the Cook Mogul can do it, because this would be a sweet engine to actually run this route. There's only one section so far that's like 4%, and it's that hill that the Eureka got stuck on last time. But other than that, it's all 3% or less, and I think that'll be fine for the Cook Mogul. Eventually, I get a new Eureka. But honestly, it's kind of the worst engine I've ever seen. Alrighty, passing the old Pine Valley Lumber Co. popular destination for anyone visiting. I guess this is Pine Valley, as it's called. Now, when we get to the hill section up here, I think what I'm going to do is just turn off the regulator, but not use any brake, just to maintain as much momentum as possible. I don't want to derail, which I'm kind of concerned about, but hopefully we can stay on the track and actually make it up the hill. I think the Cook Mogul's got more pulling power than the Eureka. Well, I know the Cook Mogul has more pulling power than the Eureka, but I think it has more like hill climbing power too. I feel like it'll have no issue getting up the small little 4% section, and then the run to the valley should be easy. The Eureka, I know, can climb the 3% section on its own because it did it once, but apparently the 4% is just too much. All right, here we go. We're just gonna turn the regulator off, and we're just gonna coast. And if it seems to get too sketchy, then we'll put some brake on. I think we'll be fine. I don't know. I don't want to derail. That was a weird derail glitch, too, with the tender. I feel like that's not intentional, but I also don't even know how the tender fell off the track. It happened somehow when the brakes released, so probably sometime when we were actually building the track through the valley. Seems like a pretty decent speed. That turns the turn I'm worried about right there, but we make it through that. Oh god, that was also a little sketchy. Let's just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, I think we're good now. This is a relatively gradual part. Also, these kind of bridges would terrify me in real life. Like, I understand trains are relatively stable on tracks, but this is just like a sheer drop off on either side, and then you're actually screwed. All right, perfect. Let's go full reg now. Maintain as much speed through this section. It is flat where the Y is here, so we should be okay. And then the bridge is, of course, flat, but then right after, that's where we start going up. So hopefully, I think this is like literally the most speed we could possibly have for this. Might have to turn on the sander too. I don't know, let's see what happens here. So far, so good. There's one section where it gets steep, and that's sort of the issue. Just keep powering up, though. It's definitely bogged down a little bit. It hasn't bogged down as much as the Eureka did at this point, though. Here's where it gets super steep, this one little section, and then it smooths out towards the top there. Well, it definitely bogs a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. Man, we definitely need a shallower path that goes this way over that waterfall and down that way towards the smelter. You can tell there's definitely room on that side to make something that goes down. But holy cow, this train will barely make it. The gear trains come up this no problem. And of course, if this is the route down from the iron mine, then you're fine. But holy cow, it'll make it though. We'll be good. Wow, what a climb. All right, and now we can actually just kind of cruise to the end of the valley here. This is gonna be sick. Have a train there too for when going back. We can actually ride a train back. Don't have to sprint all the way. It'll be amazing. But of course, this is the part that the railway laying gnomes made. They did a good job, I think. By railway laying gnomes, I mean gnome, and by gnome, I mean me. It took a while, actually, a couple hours, but I'm pretty happy with it. There aren't any like sections where it feels super weird and janky to me. I mean, there might be some parts that need to be smoothed out a little bit, but overall, I think it's pretty good. And it kind of snakes back and forth up the valley with a ton of different bridges because I thought that was just a really cool way to do it. I love this route, though. This is going to be so fun to run with big trains. And I'm going to have to make some passing sections. I don't think I want to double track this whole route, but there are some sections that are long and straight where I feel like we can make switch-offs for trains to pass each other if multiple people were going up this line. But it is a really long line. Like, I mean, you know, we can actually get out here and check the map. We're just at the top now, and it's going to keep going for a while. So, all right, well, let's go to 100% reg. This does have some 3% climb sections, nothing steeper than 3%. But it does have some sections, and then, of course, look at this, is so cool. This turn, I might re-engineer a little bit, make it a little shallower. There are some turns that are relatively steep, but this is just to avoid, there's a big pit over there, and then on this side, there's like a big, well, I guess I could have stayed on this side, but we crossed. That's pretty cool, though. I need to clear more trees. There are too many trees on the side of the track. You know what? This is probably... Oh no. There, can I stand? No, I can't stand on the... Oh, here we go. Perfect. There are some sections of high foundation too. I mean, this isn't really that high, to be honest. I like making really close foundation, but like I said before, when I was building this, I didn't realize it's actually uphill the whole way. So this water is always flowing downhill for sure. This entire track, there's sections where it's flat, but for the most part, you're going uphill until you get to the coal mine, which is kind of crazy. Like, you can see a big uphill coming up there, but it's really, really cool how, when we were exploring this, I really felt like it was flat, but it's not. There's just these, like, different plateaus and different levels, but the whole thing overall continues up and up and up, which I think is just super, super cool. It's so deceptive until you actually start laying foundation, and then you realize how sloped everything is, but I really like that about this game. It makes it a little bit harder. I think it would be cool if they had some tools, though, to help you, like, you know, deal with that, like a coordinate system or something, or, I don't know, height measuring tool. There's apparently some mods already for this game that provide you with height maps and things, and like rail maps, so I might use one of those at some point, but it's still pretty cool to have to build track. I just love the planning portion of it. Here's one of those sections too where I was saying, you know, we're going to build definitely a passing lane here. You could easily have a switch off that then switches back, allow any trains to pass each other. I think we're actually about halfway too. Yeah, we are. Pretty much like halfway, so this would be a really good spot to have one. Maybe actually 1/3 if you think about the fact that there's the whole coal mine climb you gotta do. I like this as well. The river just comes right next to the track. It's gonna be sweet when we actually start pulling these big loads up here. Thinking the first train's probably gonna be like the Heisler with, you know, 10 cars or something, maybe 15, 20 cars. Just to beams. I can't remember the capacity of the coal mine. I think it's 50 though, so we gotta just do like, what, 12 or 13 cars is enough? 14 cars of beams. Beams are 3 per car. Math is hard. Something like that, but yeah. You can see here too, it's climbing. The foundation gets a little high here as well, but I mean, it's gotta clear these little ridge sections. It's like a step up. And even here, you can see the foundation getting really high, but then it gets really, really shallow right at that ridge. So I just kept it. I don't think it's too bad. I prefer to have, you know, done this with closer to the ground foundation. But even on the other side, I guess we could have done it on... No, on that side, there's a step up too. So we're basically just constant climbing right now. It's awesome. I love it. It's such a cool route. This is going to be a really, really neat one too when the winter is gone and we're back in the fall times or spring or whatever. All right, I think we're coming up to the end. Oh, no, we're not. I honestly can't even tell. We got to go like around that ridge, I guess. So we're going to go left and then right. And then we'll come up to the end. And then in the next episode, we'll complete this route, do a loop at the coal mine, and actually deliver it something. I feel like that's going to be awesome. This took a long time to actually lay out this whole track, but it's all done with the track, so I'm kind of happy about that, as long as we don't have any, you know, yeet sections. But definitely going to finish the next set of foundation, the foundation that goes all the way up to the top, and then, of course, put the rail down on that. And then I think we'll be good to go and do a whole loop at the coal mine, because we got to do that. But this is going to be such a cool run. It's honestly the longest run ever, because to get back to the freight depot, we have to go all the way around the mountain ridge rather than just like over top of it. I think that's crazy. This section's really cool too. I like this. You got the mountain on the one side, you got some trees, you got the river flowing next to you. Doesn't feel like it, but we're still climbing a little bit. It's just really cool. Route planning is kind of tedious in this game, but it's so rewarding. It's one of those necessary evils, you know? It's such a tedious process, and sometimes it's a little frustrating to try and figure out the route that, you know, stays smooth and looks proper, especially dealing with the elevation changes and stuff. But once it's done, it's so rewarding. It looks so nice. And way up there, that ridge is the coal mine. Actually, you can see it right there, right on my mouse cursor. That's the coal mine. So we're basically here, we're not even all the way up yet, because here now we still have like another third of the distance to go, climbing up this whole mountain through the back section to get to the coal mine. But I think it's going to be awesome. We are going to slow up here. This is flat, and this is coming up to the final bridge. Well, actually, we can park it on the final bridge, but look at that. Let's just park it right here. Perfect. There we go. Made it. The Cook Mogul can actually make it here. That's awesome. I don't know if it could do it with a full load or not. That one section where it bogged down on the way up, that 4% seems a little rough. So we'll probably do the first loads with the Heisler, just because it's a gear train. It'll do it no problem. And then after we've run a few routes, maybe we'll have to make the smelter line and clean that up and, you know, make it 3% so these smaller engines could do it. This thing handles 3%, no problem. 4% gets to be a bit much. So, you know, definitely gonna have to make a shallow route that goes to smelter. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. One more step left, which is from here all the way to the top, make a loop, and then we can come back. I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be great. And I'm really excited to run some coal products around the map. And then, of course, we got to connect the other 3 oil field, ironworks, and refinery. Judging from the map, though, I'm pretty sure these 3 are flat, although I thought the coal mine route was relatively flat up the valley. And it turns out it wasn't. Still really cool route, but yeah, really, really long one to do. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure, of course, you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.